And we're recording. Woohoo! All right. Hello, team. So, thank you for coming on tonight's team training. I'm off to New Zealand after this, so it's very exciting. We've got Jana, Tammy, and Luce, some of our SCs in Team Coconuts running next week's training. So, that's going to be really exciting because you're going to get to hear from other people, not just me all the time, which is really good. So, first of all, my intention for you guys tonight on this team training is to teach you what I learned from Simon Mitchell's Network Marketing Mastery event yesterday that us Q&MDs and NMDs did, and also so you know the process of starting someone up strong in the business. So we're going to start with that, and what I'm going to do, actually I'm going to explain it as we're recording. So we all know when we come into this business, we're always taught, the main thing to focus on when we come in, and that is getting to the second promotional level of SDVF. So if you need to take notes, take notes. And the reason being, even if you've heard this before, this needs to be black and white autopilot in your brain. So you don't need to ask for help when you bring on a new teamie because you've got it in your memory already. So to get to SDVF, anyone that you sign on brand new from, in July and onwards, you get 40 days to accumulate 4,000 points and you get a $400 bonus. Now, on your way to the 4,000 points, you'll get a $100 bonus when you tick off your your first 1,000 points. And that will get you to a level called DVF. If you do that within 10 days, you get a $100 bonus. You've ticked off your first 1,000 points. You only need an extra 3,000 to get to the magic position of SDVF. Now, when you're in SDVF, you can go for qualifying, and qualifying means you pick up the max amount of commission, plus there's an extra 4% performance bonus to pick up as well. So as long as you know that being qualified means that it's very important and you have a strong business, that's what you teach and duplicate. Now, the reason you want to create, this is something Kira Westwick says, and I fully believe it, and you've got to take it with a lot of heart, because you want to create an SDVF factory. Now, that sounds quite harsh at the start if you say that, but what it means is SDVF is a magic number. If you help people get to SDVF, they teach people get to SDVF, you will get to your positions all the way up to NMD. So you want to create a beautiful team of SDVFs, because then they can all go for qualifying. Everyone can pick up the max amount of income that the company can give you for what you have in your business, and everyone's winning. So as long as we know that down packed, and to get your points, I'm going to list these out now. Actually, I'm going to get Jody, Miss Jody Paulson. Can you hear me? I'm going to get you just to go through what the volume points are for each promotional level. So if you could just list them out for us to write
down. How far? I don't know the points for.
How much is a premium?
Oh, those points. I thought you meant for like the promotions.
No, for what product? Sorry, what products do you give you?
All right, so premium pack, $352.
Awesome.
Well, geez, this is really testing me now. Fruit and veg, $225.
Yeah.
I'm seeing if I've got notes written down here.
So you know it off the top of your head. How many does 60 sachets give you?
Oh, wait, I do know that one. Wait for it. 210.
205.
No, 205.
Yeah.
205, and it's 410 for 120.
So berries. How much is a berry?
Yeah, I don't know.
128. And chews, if someone orders the child's amount of chews, so that's just the typical one quantity in your VO of chews, it's 145 points that you get. Okay, awesome, Jodie. Thank you. The reason for me, you guys knowing these off by heart is yes, 4,000 points to SDVF is equivalent to 12 premium packs, but being realistic, not everyone orders a premium pack, and we know that. So if you know the points that you can make up to get there, perfect, but you have it in your goal to get premium packs because we know people benefit the most from premium packs. Awesome, guys, you are legends. So moving on. Meeting up with Simon yesterday, we spent 6 hours learning, how to grow business, really. And one of the things that I'm going to go over is, I choose, and you have noticed this now, and especially us leaders, we never should on you. I know when I first started and when I had brought on team, I did a lot of shoulding. You should do this, you should do that because you'll get here, because I was trying to manage and be a boss, and that's not what it's like in this business. Your team won't grow because everyone's their own boss. So we don't should on you, and I'll never should on you, but I can tell you what you need to get to a certain position and guide you there if that's what you want to do. So never ever feel like I'm shooting on you. And that goes for the saying that if you feel like you're shooting on your team, or if your team feels like you're shooting on them, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, it's not very empowering. So I'll never should on you, but I'll guide you of what I believe will help you. And then duplication comes from what you believe will help your team because you know what's worked for you. So just want to clarify that. Now, one of the things that we went through in the form of helping people. So, what do we want to do in this business? Helping people. Now, this is your homework, and I'm not going to get you to write it down, write down what to do, but not do it now because it'll take a bit of time. But if you want to really get some clarity on how to help people in this business, what I suggest you do is write a list of absolutely everything that Juice Plus can benefit you, or how it can benefit you. So not just saying nutrition, finance, freedom, that's not specific enough. As Simon Mitchell's favorite word is specificity. So be specific. What do you know specifically that Juice Plus can do for you? What has it done for you personally? And how do you know how it can help people? So some of my things that I wrote down was, boosts your immune system, decreases your risk of heart disease. I'm very science, so I know how specific it can be with the studies. Also, it boosts your motivation. It clears your mindset. It is a stress relief for income. It gives you rewards, financial rewards. It allows you to have contribution. It can reduce your bills or pay for your bills. It can give you hope. It can give you friendship. It can give you love. It can give you things like weight loss, but that can give you independence, self-confidence. So there's some of the stuff that I wrote down. So if you can do that, because when you start to realize, hey, fruits and veggies and an income potential can do all these things, when you're connecting with people and you're listening to them and you're finding out what they want, one of those things is going to come up. Yeah. Or you can tell when people say that they're lonely. What do you think? I have an amazing opportunity for you to be a part of a community that help each other grow into the best version of themselves. Because Juice Plus does that. So there's a little homework task if you would like to do it so you can get more clarity on connecting and helping with people. So helping people. So these are some of the notes that I took. I need to be so consciously connected when I'm speaking with people. Consciously connected means listening rather than just hearing. And listening means if they're not being specific in their words, because most of us talk to people through messages. If they're not being specific with their words, you're asking those questions and you're consciously engaging. Your questions are specific, right? So then when they're answering you back, you can connect with them of what you think their why is, what they're attracted to. Get out of a scripted mindset. So how we do help each other with writing templates or following a structure. And I know that I help you guys with that, but following a structure on how you word a message can help you make sense, but you've got to attach yourself to it. You've got to attach your love. You've got to attach your personality so people know that you're coming from you. And if you're too scripted, especially talking in person, you're going to sound like a robot. People are going to be like, oh, that's scripted. And do you know what? I have had that in the past where I've been so scripted. Someone's like, yeah, I've heard that before. I've heard that in other network marketing. You're taught to say that. And I'm just like, oh, shit. Like, I'm actually trying to be genuine, but because I'm trying to be too on a script that I'm, you know what I mean? I'm too fake. We've got to be authentic. You're allowed to fuck up, guys. And I just swore on our recording, so well, maybe we won't post this to the world, but you're allowed to stuff up. You've got to be you. Now, being too perfect, right? And this is something Simon's like, we are so worried and we try to be so perfect in how we do it because we're so scared of a no. If we're too perfect, we're never going to get stuff done. So stop worrying about being perfect. Because at the end of the day, no one's perfect, right? And that's what makes us so unique. And that is why people are attracted to you. People are attracted by your flaws when you own your flaws. And they're like, she can do this. I can do it too. Oh, what's she doing? Like, I don't feel like I have confidence. I don't feel like this. Oh, this person, oh, she can do it. And she doesn't care how she's feeling. But, you know, you might post a video or a live where you think you look stupid. But people love seeing that because you're not trying to be fake. So stop trying to be perfect and just do. And that's something that, you know, Simon made a massive point about is because we sit there and we try and type up something and it takes us 10 to 15 minutes just to say, hey, how you going? Because we're like, how do I write this perfectly? Just do. The more action that you take, the more perfection around the action comes. Yeah? So ask a lot of open questions, not just yes or no questions. Open questions where, you know, how are you feeling today? You know, if, you know, good or just okay. Or why are you feeling just okay? What's been happening? And you could go straight into things. I'm very inspired by Jono with this. He goes straight into, oh, how is your health? Straight up. People are going to answer, oh, yeah, it's okay, it's good. And you've straight away gone into the health scheme. You know, or what's been happening? Have you gone on any holidays lately and whatnot? And usually if people haven't, it comes up with money or they're saving for a house. Ding, ding, ding. You have something that can help them. Yeah? So asking enough questions to bring it into, I have something that can help you. All right. So another question is, you know, when you talk to new people and you might meet them at the shops, and I understand that feeling where your heart rate goes up and you're just like, oh my God, like I'm going to talk to them. This is so exciting. And you haven't had that much practice. So you're kind of on the spot and you're like, oh, you give them your contact details or you ask for their Facebook or whatnot. And this is something Simon said, and I love it. Ask people, what is the best way that I can contact you? So by saying that, because some people might give you their Facebook but never actually use it. Because Simon's like, I get bombarded with my Facebook messages, but I don't check them all because it's not that urgent to me. But if you message my phone, I'm going to read it. So what's the best way that I can contact you? Yeah, that's when you know, obviously if you're already on Facebook, you know, they could, if they're not really a Facebook person, you could ask for their phone number. So that's a really good one. Now, here's a question I'd like for you to write down and answer it as part of your homework if you'd like to do it, is why should people join me? So why should people join you? Yeah? Answer that. Why do you think? I'm going to share with you mine. So I believe because I know how I can help them to the extent that I have been helped, which has changed my life incredibly. So they deserve the gift I was given. And the way that Juice Plus has helped me is my story. You know, it's taken me out of a place of struggle. It's taken me out of a place of stress. And I know that I can connect with other people who have that struggle or that issue, and I know exactly how I can help them, and that's why they should join me. Yeah, and it gives you that confidence that I know what I can do to help you. Let's do this together. Yeah, so why should people join me? And then a little quote that Simon said, and I really like it, if I could handpick a team member, I would choose you. So if you're getting into that, to be honest, I don't really know specifically from the day yesterday how we got into that quote, but the way that I interpret it is if I'm talking to someone already, and, you know, we're talking about business opportunity, I would say, look, if I could handpick a team member, I would choose you because of X, Y, Z. So that's something there. Now, what have we got? We've got 10 more minutes. I love it. We're keeping it nice, short and sweet today. So I hope that all made sense when it comes to helping people. And try not to get too caught up again in being perfect about that. It's about just being your authentic self and really making it, that helps you make it about the other person and not any excuses that you come up with yourself because fear gets in the way. Now, another thing, a really, really good tip that Simon made a point of is be outcome focused. Now, a lot of you have heard the saying of let go of the outcome and fall in love with the process. Now, that is in reference to, you got to hit a promotion date, or you got to get this done, but you're so focused on, I need to get that, you come out of desperation when you talk to people and you make it about yourself. So it's take away that. What he means by being outcome focused means we have set recently, and I've been doing this too, and this is a new way that I'm going to look at it. I'm like, all right, how many calls or messages or new conversations can I have today? And what we're doing is we're like 5 new people or 10 new people or 2 new people every day. But what we're doing is our outcome focus of that is just connecting with people. We're actually not focusing on what's the outcome of connecting with people, because our outcome is to get Juice Plus customers or find new teammates and give them the opportunity. Yeah. So by being outcome focused means usually set it up for your month, and then you can break it down to your week. And then you say, how many customers do I want this month? 5 new customers. Yeah. All right. How many calls or messages or new conversations do I need to make that happen? So, and then you break it down to, all right, I'm going to start with 5 people a day because it's the start of the month, right? And as it gets towards the end of the month, and maybe you haven't had a customer yet just because you just haven't found a yes yet, then it's like, all right, I need to up the ante. Who do I need to follow up with? How many more new conversations? You know what I mean? So be outcome focused, specific to your business, because at the end of the day, this is a business. You need customers, you need team to grow. But the point is, yes, you need them, but the only way you'll grow if you help them. So that's where the mindset shift is. So outcome focus meaning, how many people do I want to help with the product this month? How many people do I want to help with the business? And keep that specific to you only, not how many people can I help my team get, because you don't want to be in management mode. Bring it back to your own hustle. Yeah. And your team will grow, because this business is incredible, guys. This is like one of the only network marketing companies that let you go wide and wide and wide, and there's no limit on how wide you can go. And the wider you go, the bigger your income. Anyway, that's off topic. So one of the, let's find it here. Outcome driven, okay. So in saying that, a lot of things are what we focus on is how to set up a new teamie. We are working on a brand new blueprint, which is literally going to be step by step how to get to SDVF. And when it's released, it'll be something that all of you, I recommend reading and then making sure your team member goes through it. And it'll be something really easy to follow. So that's really cool. And another thing, like we did a beautiful mums team training today. Mummy's in the team, which was really fun. Now, something that Simon Mitchell goes over is finding your tribe. And I know we understand that. And look, at the end of the day, if you're a certain tribe, like my tribe is single mums, because I want to help single mums that pretty much stay at home single mums that have babies, that have to, build something for themselves and be independent. Now, if I meet a personal trainer who's a guy who doesn't have kids and he likes to party still, but he really wants to help his clients, like I'm not going to say no to that opportunity. But where my focus and where I share through Facebook, social media, is trying to attract my tribe. So another part of your homework is, if you want to do it, who do you want to attract? Who do you want to help in your business? Now, I'm not going to go through the steps because you can choose anyone you want. But what I found that worked for me, because I want to attract Pilates instructors, but then I feel more emotionally connected to helping single stay-at-home mums, or even just stay-at-home mums that want to make a contribution. And what I suggest for you to do is, if you really want to help people, think of the people who would have the same why as you. But it has to depend on how deep is your why. And your why comes from what can increased income do for your life. and how it connects with your heart, that feeling that you do want to cry. They say find a why that makes you cry. We all have big goals. We all have little goals. And if you know of a certain type of people that you want to impact and help, and it's driven from your why, you're going to connect so much more with your heart. And it doesn't mean spending heaps of time. You know, a lot of people spend a lot of time trying to find their why. I didn't find my why for like the first year and a half. I just knew I wanted to do this business. And now I know that my why is, you know, I never want to have to struggle. I never want my future to reflect my childhood. And I know this business can do that for me. And I know this business can do that for anyone else in that same position. So I hope that helps. Usually one of the things, the structure you can follow to find your tribe is choose an age bracket that you'd like to target, to connect with. Are they male? Are they female? What do they spend their time doing? What are their hobbies? What are their desires and what are their pains? So for me, my desires for my tribe is they want more out of life. They want independence. They want to be able to, you know, buy clothes for themselves and not just put their children first. Like they can spoil themselves and afford to without feeling guilty. They want an opportunity. They want to be proud. They want to be healthier. They want to work and they want to have self-care. And their pains are they're struggling. They might be single, so they have to only rely on themselves. They are sick or they suffer some kind of illness, because I know I can help them with a beautiful product and give them a story. You know, they have resentment. They know how to be healthy, but they can't afford it because then they're more switched on. That's just for me. That's who I'd like to work with. And, you know, if they're things like overweight or they just really want to exercise, but they can't because they're limited by having a child at home. So that's my pains and my desires. So I'll just share it with you for an example. You guys can have whichever target market that you want. But the point is when you're connecting on Facebook and when you're posting, you want to attract those people through your pains and your accomplishments. And that's called being vulnerable. So anyway, that's pretty much what I want to wrap up tonight. I hope that makes sense. We've got about a few more minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you unmute yourself, or you can go into the chat section. Because I know, Tammy, if you want to talk, your microphone's not working. Does anyone want to take their microphone off, put it on and ask any questions? No? Does anyone Annie has one? Yeah.
Yeah, so basically what we were talking about just before, you know, I'd love to hear everyone else's ideas and what they do. You know, when you've got someone who's genuinely really interested, but just getting them over the line, you know, they know they need the product, and they're really excited to try it, but they're just a bit iffy about it. Yeah, and I think that's where I get stuck, because I don't really know what to do. You know, I don't know how to not push them over the line, but get them on board.
Encourage them. Yeah. Stacey, do you have anything, because you've been smashing customers out lately? Would you like to share some advice there? Have you unmuted it, babe?
Myself. Yeah. Can you all hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, all hear me? Let me just turn everybody up. I think definitely what Kim said, where she said that she comes from a place of love, that's something that I tried to do. The whole feel, felt and found that Kim has spoken about before. I just try to put myself in their situation, and if there's something that they voice to me, like for example, they've said that, like I'm talking to a customer at the moment, and well, I shouldn't say customer, a friend. I'm talking to a girlfriend of mine at the moment, and she's based in the UK, and I just kind of, I was chatting to her, and I really wanted to understand how she's at the moment with her health, and how everything's been going. And she is in the same position as me. She's just had a baby. Her child is the same age as my daughter, and she just really has been struggling with time to get to the gym, not just that, just motivation. So she just said straight away, I can't afford the product. And I said, that's fine. If that, obviously that's where you can offer the business opportunity, but I just really carried on. I've just gone back and spoken to her today, and I've really been thinking about what we've been speaking about, and I think you deserve to have the old cat back, because she's really not the same person that she was before she had a child. And she said, okay, Dawn, I just want to try it. And she's now interested in the capsules and the shakes. So I don't know where that came from, because she said she couldn't afford it before. But as I said, just really coming from a place of love, just really making sure that that you're coming from a place of love. That's all I can really suggest, and just building the relationship with that person, so they feel that they can that you don't feel, it doesn't feel like you're trying to sell something. That's one thing that that's what I've learned from Uplides, and especially Kimmy. So if that helps, I hope so. But yeah.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, Stacey. All right, what I'm going to do.
No problem, Dawn.
All right, we're going to go in a second because we're going to get cut off. So I'm going to explain the Feel, Felt, Found method. And I'm glad you brought that up, Stacey, because that is what I use. Now, Feel, Felt, Found is usually someone comes up with an excuse or a reason why they don't want Juice Plus, right? And once you've explained Juice Plus, everyone understands, unless, I'm going to say this, you can't fix stupid. If people don't understand that fruits and vegetables are not good for them, you're going to waste your time. And unfortunately, there are people out there who do believe that, they don't care about fruits and vegetables, and they do think McDonald's is healthy. And there's a saying that you can't fix stupid, and that's fine, and they can do what they want. And they just don't want the help. So, but then otherwise, when people do understand, it's fruits and vegetables, I can get more into my blood, blah, blah, blah. You do the Feel, Felt, Found method, because they're usually complaining about the price, or, it's usually price, to be completely honest. If you've inspired someone and educated them that much, it comes down to cost. Feel, Felt, Found. I know exactly how you feel. I felt the exact same way, or I felt the same way. And you can extend on that and share a part of your story. I found that, and then explain, usually it's cost. I found that when I learned more about how it's made and the quality of the products, it made sense, or it worked out really good value, or you found that how it helped you. And you share your story that way. Like, I found that when I started taking it, I stopped getting sick, or I stopped spending money on this, or I started craving healthier foods. I saved money on drinking my Red Bull, and whatever connects with you personally. So that's something that I use, and it does get that heart space across. I know exactly how you feel, and I have felt that same way. But I found that by doing this is how it helped me, because you're relating with them. Because you've got to come from a place of caring, because you do care. If you show you don't care, you're never going to connect with people. Guys, add as many emojis as you love into messages, because unfortunately, in this day and age, I guess fortunately, emojis do make messages look cuter and nicer, and it makes it more fun and brightens it up. So I only say that because I used to be the most blunt person. I'm still pretty blunt, but I used to be so blunt in my messages, and I wondered why people weren't responding. And I was like, what? I've got to, how are you reading it? Yeah. How does it sound when you read it? Or guys, here's a challenge. Pick up the phone and talk to people in person, because then they can hear you. But I understand that can be scary. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to stop the recording, and I'm off to New Zealand. I literally leave. I've got Daniel waiting outside for me. We're going to jump on a plane. Please connect with Kylie and Caitlin. If you're going for qualifying, they're helping you. If you're going for a promotion, they will help you, but you need to reach out to them or any upline. And we just got some chat from Nat, and you guys can read it. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Love you all. Mwah. We'll see you soon.